Hey there, Cancer, and welcome to your mid-September 2021 tarot reading. We're gonna do something a little different this mid reading, and we're gonna do a three-card spread. I'm calling "Step Back, Stay, Step Forward." So it's not gonna be like past, present, future like I normally do with my weekly readings or with monthly ones, but this is just gonna be an example of like the first card will represent taking a step back. If you want to take a step back from a situation, here's what you can do. And don't necessarily think a step back is necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we need to take step backs to gain perspective, to kind of go back to our comfort zone so we can attack something and go at it with new perspective, new experience, new eyes, that kind of thing. If you like the situation you're in, we're going to stick with the maintain. That'll be the second card. And in the third position will be if you want to take a step forward. You want to leave a situation, but you don't want to take a step back either. So you want to move on that way. So that'll be all of them. We're not going to do any clarifiers for these cards, but I will talk more in depth with each card and the situation as a whole here. So thank you so much for being here, Cancer. I appreciate it so much. If you, at any point, like what you're seeing here with the channel, you can always, of course, subscribe. You can hit that like button, too. And you're going to want to check out look, there's some cards flipping already for you. But you're going to want to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. Get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead, or the rest of the month rather in this case. But thank you for being here, Cancer. And let's see what we got for you in this reading. So we got the Three of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Hierophant. All right. So these are going to be our three cards for you this month, this back half of September, Cancer. Just real quick before we get into anything, touch on here the Hierophant is a Taurus's card. If you're new to tarot, every zodiac sign has a major arcana card that represents them, and the Hierophant is Taurus's. So you may be dealing with a Taurus throughout this month, or you may have Taurus in your chart. Either way, let me know down in the comments below and kind of try to keep that in mind as we go about this reading. So we're starting things off. If you want to take a step back, we've got the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords, it is a card of heartbreak here. But when we're talking about taking a step back, it's more of like taking action, which is another thing the Three of Swords can take, represent. I was going to say take form, but it can represent cutting out things that no longer serve you. So that might be a way to take a step back, is kind of take a step back, kind of examine everything that's kind of going on. Like I kind of mentioned here at the start of the reading, where I mentioned, sometimes taking a step back is just getting a new perspective, getting fresh eyes on a situation, and kind of gaining appreciation for what we've been going through. That could be what you need to do, is kind of take a step back, realize, okay, what is the things I really want in my life? Is any of this serving me? Is this situation I'm currently in really serving me? And maybe start removing some of those things. And then you won't have to worry about it. You won't step back into a Page of Cups, or you may step back into a Page of Cups situation with new eyes or what have you, but you may just step into two completely different cards, right? This might be completely rewriting your potential future here. So I'm digging that a lot. With the Three of Swords as well, we have three storm clouds here. Can kind of represent being not having much clarity here, and maybe that's kind of why you're in this situation now, where you need to kind of step back and gain that clarity. You need to use those swords to cut away those clouds, to get them to go away, so that way you do see clearly and see what really is going there for you. So I'm digging that so far. Next up, we have the Page of Cups. If you want to maintain the Page of Cups, you need to kind of be like a kind of an emotional teenager. And I mean that in the best ways. I don't mean that in a very negative way. But the Page of Cups is very much a young at heart person who is getting in touch with their emotions, getting in touch with those kind of things. Maybe a little hormonal, as teenagers tend to be. But that could be what it's saying to you here, Cancer, is you need to kind of let your hair down, act a little more young rather than being, responsible and such like that. And just kind of enjoy things and let your kind of emotions and feel your emotions strongly rather than keeping them all tied up here. What it can also say here with the Page of Cups is potentially there's an opportunity here to be seized, and maybe instead of taking a step back or a step forward, it's like, let's seize this opportunity. And that's going to look different for everybody, of course, as these are general readings, but maybe you don't even have an opportunity that you're aware of in front of you currently, and maybe this won't apply to you, but potentially what it's saying is like, maybe there's an opportunity here that you need to seize in order to maintain what's going on in your life right now. right? You know, maybe now isn't a time for moving forward or taking a step back. It's more just enjoying the moment, enjoying these opportunities that are presenting themselves, you know, gaining new perspectives, gaining learning experiences and life lessons, and, you know, just tales and stories and such you can tell your friends, and gaining memories and stuff like that. You can tell your future friends or your friends in general, or telling whoever, right? Maybe in your future kids, right? Oh, we had a camera shake there. Sorry, Spike has come to preview the reading here off camera. But again, just maybe you need to act a little younger, maybe seize some opportunities here that you might not have seized if you decided to take a step back or step forward from here. So I'm loving that. That's pretty awesome. In your step forward position, we have the Hierophant, and that's kind of being a little more responsible and a little more conformist than our Page of Cups here, right? With the Hierophant, it's sort of like doing what everyone else does, right? I always say with the Hierophant, he tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay, so it's like some other major arcana cards, or cards in general, like a younger person or maybe a person that's looking out for you a little more might tell you what you want to hear, but the Hierophant's going to tell you what you need to hear. They're going to tell you, okay, you want to have success? Okay, you need to study up. You need to learn how to have success. You need to learn from people who have done this, been there, done that, right? People who have had success, people who are, you know, sort of the people you're aspiring to become, right? With the Hierophant, you really want to go for those kind of things, and that's what the Hierophant's going to tell you here. And what, you know, I'm sort of telling you here is, like, if you want to take a step forward, whatever you're taking a step forward into, stepping out of, you know, this teenager sort of mode here where you're kind of young at heart, and it's kind of stepping forward into like maturity, responsibility, stepping forward into that kind of stuff. So potentially here it could be like you really thinking about what you want to have in your life in the future, such as, wife, kids, well, husband, wife, kids, right? You know, we're not here to discriminate. Those kind of things, or what your dream life would be, or things of that nature. Just potentially saying that kind of stuff here. You need to really crack down and focus on that kind of stuff in your life, or your career, whatever that might be as well. If you're thinking about going into a career where you're a veterinarian, for instance, or a career where you're an architect or a writer or what have you, it's like really focus down on what other people who have had success in those careers have done, right? You know, maybe you need to search up some videos here on YouTube and see what famous, you know, veterinarians, architects and such, or just architects and veterinarians in general have done. Or, you know, like I was talking about with writing, you know, maybe you need to take a course like Masterclass where they have just a ton of different writers. They'll teach you through how to do cool stuff. Things like that. Here we go. There's another camera shake for you. Spike leaving he didn't like that, apparently. He didn't enjoy that definition, so he took off. But it's just saying, like, you know, here's what is everybody else does, you know, and sometimes you need that kind of dunk over the head moment, right? Where it's like, just do this, dummy, right? Like, we all need that. There's a lot of us, and I've been in this situation before, where we're in a relationship that is not working out, and you just need the little, like, the Hierophant to dunk you over the head and say, break up with them, stupid. Like, you're not going to be with the person you want to be with if you're stuck here. You're stuck here with this person. You're not going to find the love of your life, your soulmate, if you're stuck with this person that treats you bad. Like, you know what I mean? Or you're stuck with this person where you make each other miserable. Go find the person you're actually supposed to be with, right? That's what the Hierophant's going to tell you, right? You maybe don't want to hear that, but he's going to say, here, you want to find the love of your life? Get rid of this person. Like, you want to have success in a job? Go research how to find success in that job, right? Things like that. So it's possibly, like, just saying, if you want to take a step forward, you really need to crack down on, like, what is your goal? What is your dreams? What is the thing you really want to crack down on and achieve here? So I'm digging that as well. So as an overview for all of this, just sort of saying, like, hey, if you want to take a step back, you need to cut out some things in your life here to really focus down on those things that aren't serving you anymore, crack down on them, and this might change entirely. Or you might come back at this stuff with renewed vigor and kind of like, okay, I can really focus down on this potential opportunity here. If you want to stay put, just, kind of, have fun, let your hair down, but be open to seizing opportunities that are there for you. And if you want to take a step forward, you got to crack down, be more mature and more responsible, and really go after what you're wanting, and really research and develop you know, whatever that is you need to develop in order to achieve those things in your life. So that's what I got for you for this mid-September reading, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. If you want to help out the channel, you can like the video. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can share the video as well. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos after this one. Thank you again for being here, Cancer, and I hope to see you in the next video.